woes, and we said, can you make them under pressure?
Overtime coming up for the national title.
Right out there, but you made a good point. Dorsey not available. You remember that cheap foul he picked up with about 2 minutes to go at the regulation.
Arthur and Dozier for the tip, and overtime is underway.
Now let's see the defensive setup right here. Collins is going to be on Rose.
First overtime in the championship game since Arizona and Kentucky in 1997. Won by the Wildcats and Ludolfs.
Simon Says game.
Says championship. That's what you said. Oh, the steal. It's Collins. Trying to get past Rose. He's looking over to Rush. Rush waits with the body control. Kansas up 2 in OT.
Great job by Rush to fill that lane.
Timeout. Timeout, Memphis. Kansas comes out with the steal and the Rush basket. How about the review? How big it was, Billy? Because this 1 point taken off the board, you don't know how the rest of it would have played out, obviously.
There's the foot inside the line. Now he's going to shoot the jumper, but that foot was part of the release foot. Consequently, he doesn't get credit for a 3. The foot was inside the line on the release.
Actually had been credited with a 3 for a while, but once we had a break in the action, they went over and spent the 2 minutes examining it. At first they did maintain it was a 3. They reconvened, went back, and finally decided it was a 2, and on to overtime in this championship game. Now Dozier spinning, putting it up wildly on the floor. Jackson taps it over to Collins. Well, Kansas has the momentum.
And without Dorsey in the game to get that tough inside rebound, Kansas has a huge advantage, particularly with Jackson.
Pass. Taggart trying to make the theft. No, he's out of bounds.
Kansas knows what it's like to be in a overtime game of the championship, the triple overtimer that they lost to North Carolina.
1957. Remember they had a shot to try to force overtime down in New Orleans in 2003, and
that's right.
Michael Lee's three-point shot was swatted away by Hakeem Warwick of Syracuse. Orangemen won the title. This is a 14-3 stretch here by Kansas. They were 9 down with 2 minutes left.
And Jim, the whole thing has to do not only with that shot, but the lack of ability to make in clutch free throws.
Collins had some clutch plays, didn't he? That steal and the 3, that was huge. Laid it on the rim, and Arthur knocking it down. Chalmers to Arthur, and Kansas is up 4.
No Dorsey. Tough job to take up space in the paint.
That basket is still shaking at the other end. Arthur has 20 on the night.
Douglas Roberts wants it, but he's up against a real good defender.
Douglas Roberts again. Rush with a hand in there. Anderson with a 3. Long. And Jackson. Kansas now has the rhythm.
They have the rhythm, and they have Collins, who's powerful with that ball. I like the way they've been distributing inside, Jim, getting that ball in, staying with their half-court offense. Nice job.
Now can open up the gap at 2:45 to play in overtime.
Well, should have been cutting baseline.
Gives it back. Arthur swings it over Jackson, and the big guys do it again inside.
Again, Joey Dorsey comes up off that bench, knows there's nothing he can do for his team.
Another timeout, Memphis. No field goal by Memphis for over 5 minutes. The 3 Jayhawks thereafter.
Well, you've got to love what Bill Self did, Jim. He had to go ahead and foul and make threes. That was the strategy. When you foul, the other team still has an opportunity to win that game by executing from the line. Memphis did not do it. That's why they find themselves right now in a very precarious position. But still just a 2-possession game.
Hold call first.
Puts him back on the line.
That one's on Rush, his third.
But he has played some great defense. And you figure all night long he's on